Oh, welcome back. It's still the ballot right here on Plus TV Africa, 2023 elections, but we'll be talking sports now. Ahead of the quarterfinals fixture between the Flying Eagles of Nigeria and Uganda's Hippos, we're talking about the African U-20 Championships taking place tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. The coach of Nigeria's under-20 national team, the Flying Eagles, Ladan Bosso, is optimistic that his side will defeat Uganda's Hippos in their quest for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup ticket. We have a sports presenter right here in the studio with us, Mudashiru. Nice to have you.
It's good to be here.
Looking all dapper.
Thank you.
Don't worry about the political background behind you.
I think it's really soften the old.
Yes. I know you used to having hoops and footballs and basketballs. Let's look at the Under-20 championship. Nigeria had a very tough group, but made it out of that group. The likes of Senegal and Egypt. What's your assessment of the performance of the Flying Eagles so far?
Yeah, it's interesting to let Nigerians know that while the election is going on and while we all waiting overnight trying to get the result, some of us also were also not sleeping, going to result in the world of sport. And part of it is the fact that the Flying Eagles tomorrow will be open to qualify and for that quest for the ticket, FIFA Under-20 ticket. And Ladan Bosso, who is the coach of that side, said something that has brought smiles. As we know that the election is over, the smiles on the face of Nigeria. We should also be expecting more smiles, as tomorrow Nigeria will be facing Uganda for the ticket. I mean the semi-final ticket, because we are playing the quarter-final against. And also, I'm supporting Ladan Bosso, who is the coach, that we will definitely get that ticket, because when it comes to the Under-20 African Nations Cup, we are the highest in terms of titles. We are one of the best in the world when it comes to Africa. Though in the world stage, it's only one African country that has won the Under-20 World Cup, and that's Egypt. And they did it some years ago in African soil. So to me, just like Ladan Bosso, we are hoping that the mistakes in the first game against Senegal that we lost has been treated, because in the second game we won against Egypt, the host nation, and the third game in the group stage, that was against Mozambique, and we also scored 2 goals in that. So just like Ladan Bosso, we should also know that while we are jubilating for the result for some, we should also support Nigeria in that quest tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, to get a ticket for the semi-final. So that, as we all know, that football is the unifier. It's one that brings the whole country together. It seems that the election has really not given us so much as expected. But football, we should all put our differences in politics aside and really look at what unifies us. So we all should put policies aside, 6 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow, and focus on the quest to bring us, because we all know, and I'm sure all of you agree, that football brings us together than any other thing. So I think that's a nice one to take away attention from politics.
Differently, those who during the election you had people playing football. That's what some of the reports we're getting. We saw video clips and all of that. What does that mean? Does it feel like you have a lot of sports enthusiasts? What can be done now that you have a new government? How can we incorporate this young energy on the streets? Converting them to football.
Well, I'm sure if I read the manifestos of the three the 3 of them, but now that we plan that later on, we will be looking also at the manifesto of the president-elect, so that we will get that. But meanwhile, before now, we should also be taking. We should also know the very fact that these differences in politics will be put aside totally tomorrow. Nobody's going to talk about any political party. Nobody's going to talk about candidates. Nobody's going to talk about anything that brought about differences. All our focus will not be on Flying Eagles tomorrow, 6 p.m. Both people with different political ideas, philosophies will be sitting down in front of the same set that's talking about if you're in a viewing center, everybody with different political ideologies will come back tomorrow. And also, that's one of the best we should be expecting tomorrow. So it's a good one that we qualified for the quarter-final. It's a good one that we also get to the final so that the political tension will ease.
Are you confident that the Flying Girls can defeat the Ugandan under-20 team? I know Ugandans don't have a big pedigree in African football, as it were, but they're not a bad side. They have a strong league, an okay league. And once in a while, they pop up on the African stage and they win. They don't do badly. So what do you think the outcome will be? I know you want Nigeria to win, but realistically, looking at the performance of both teams, I mean, they both came from the group stages. They qualified from their group, so they're strong in this tournament. Do you think it will be a walkover for the Flying Eagles?
Yeah, Putin support the Flying Eagles right now. One of them is the fact that historically in this tournament, we've won it 7 times this tournament, and I'm sure obviously when it comes to, secondly is the football might in Africa. The Ugandans are not in the same position with us when it comes to football. So it is not just I'm in Nigeria. It's not just because I know Messi or you will be supporting them. It's the fact that even without our support, the support we ought to give them, the Ugandans are not par with us when it comes to football.
Well, for the want of time, would have to call it a wrap at this point in time. We appreciate you for being part of the ballot, and would hope to return tomorrow. But of course, the studio would be officially closed at the 10 o'clock. Yeah. We have to make way for the next programming that comes through. Thank you so much.
We also would look forward to reopening the ballot studios when the governorship elections and the state house of assembly elections resume, and that will be on the 11th of March. We'll be back with this program to give you updates and, of course, interesting analysis and conversations as we watch that ballot, and indeed the winners will be announced. The contenders in Lagos State and indeed across Nigeria are well known, and it's going to be a really hot battle seeing the results that have emerged for the presidential election. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Kofi Battles. Please follow Plus TV on social media at PlusTvAfrica, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And indeed on YouTube, we have 2 channels at PlusTvAfrica and at PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle.
Well, my name is Mercy Bosso. We return to normal programming from this hour. Just be sure to enjoy the rest of the programming as we proceed. Good morning.